comment, and subscribe to my channel for more upcoming videos. Yes, 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 yes. Today I'm going to be talking about 50 mind-blowing psychological facts about love that will make you think twice. Okay, and speaking of love, look, guys, look. My boyfriend got me some flowers yesterday. Aren't they gorgeous? Almost as gorgeous as you guys, but not quite. I love the smell of roses. They're pink roses, and they come in like 3 different varieties and or shades of pink. I think they look so cute. They look so good, don't they? Just listen to that gentle tapping of that vase. How gorgeous. I love them so much. But yes, let's go ahead and get into these facts about love, okay? Let's take a look. Okay, so the first topic is longer than 4 months. To have a crush on someone is very common but can disappear in the twinkle of an eye. With that being said, a crush that lasts more than 4 months is a sign that you are in love. Okay? 2 20-second hugs. Did you know that hugging a person for 20 seconds or more releases a chemical in your body known as oxytocin? Oxytocin, right? Yes. Did you know that hugging a person for 20 seconds or more releases a toxin in your body known as oxytocin? This chemical, once released, can make you trust a person more. Try hugging your partner for more than 20 seconds and see if he or she will last. Okay. 3 laughing together. Did you know that if you and your partner are able to laugh together for at least 10 minutes per day, it makes your relationship stronger? Try to make your partner laugh and see if he or she is interested. I know that one about laughing together. It's very true because my boyfriend and I often joke around a lot, and that helps us get through the hard times and the difficult times. Even prior to my boyfriend, that's just how I've coped with things. Like my familial history didn't have the best in terms of like a father figure, so my siblings and I would always just laugh through those moments, you know, even record his ass, you know. Oh, someone's passing. My siblings and I would laugh in those moments and even record him at times when he was acting the fool, just so that we could cope with it. So even outside of love, I feel like laughter is just in general, it is really the best medicine you can have, because there's so many traumatic things in this world, and you gotta find some way that you can make it through it, you know. And if the best way you can make it through it is laughter, or trying not to take things too seriously, or trying not to let them get you down, do what's best for you, you know. Number four, jealousy. Studies show that people who are in love tend to get jealous over very stupid things. That being said, some people just don't have a jealous vein in their body. What's your situation? Okay, so for myself, I feel like jealousy used to be something that I really did struggle with. When it came to a partner, I really did struggle with jealousy. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, he or she is breathing on your neck and I'm the only one that can breathe on your neck. Nothing like that, because then we start crossing into an obsession, okay? But I did get jealous for little things, like not getting a lot of attention with some things, but I found that I am so much better when it comes to jealousy now than I was before. And that's because I've myself and like getting to know myself and what I like. And I'm doing all of this despite having a partner. Normally people say that you find yourself once you leave your partner, but I find that I found myself even with being with the partner, because I was letting myself go. Okay. I was gaining weight like crazy. I was letting myself go. I definitely had that relationship weight gaining on me. Okay. But I snapped. I've been like working out at home and I've been eating better. I've been drinking more water, taking care of my skin, feeling more vibrant, feeling more alive, getting more into what I like and what I don't like, knowing more about myself. And that's because I just have gotten more interested in knowing myself and being at one with myself, being at one with myself. So now I'm able to gauge what I like and don't like, and what I want to do, what I don't want to do, things that I aspire to be. You know, I have more goals and accomplishments that I can set for myself, because instead of living through somebody else, as we tend to get lost in with a lot of relationships, I'm able to say, you know, hey, I have this amazing person next to me, and that's wonderful, but that amazing person does not make you who you are. You make you who you are. And that's what I'm starting to gauge, and that's what's helped me not be as jealous, because I'm giving that love and care to myself, and because I'm getting so much of that, I don't feel like something's missing. Rather, I feel like something's being added onto that when I get that attention back, rather than feeling like it's missing, if you catch my drift. Okay. There's like some type of monkey. I don't know. It sounds like a monkey or like a bird outside. We don't have any monkeys out here at Colorado. I don't think, that are just running outside. So it's definitely a bird, but it sounds like a mix of species. Now number five. Did you know that romantic love only lasts for a year? After that, get ready for attachment love. This is when romance jumps out the window and attachment take the steering. How long has yours lasted? Is romance still present? I don't know about that one. You know, I'm not trying to take it personal, because these are just facts on the screen, but I've had my relationship for about 5 years now, and I still feel a romantic presence there. I do see about it being like attachment love for sure, because I do feel like if something were to ever happen, God forbid, I would lose my shit. I would just be really sad, because you know, that's normal. Like, grief is normal. It's okay to grieve, but I just feel like my grief would be tremendous. It would be tremendous, because I really do love him, and it's like, it's not only my partner but my best friend at the same time. So it's kind of like you're losing two people. God forbid that were to happen. So yeah, that's how I feel about that. And then number 6, telling friends. Did you know that being in love with someone makes you want to shout it out for the whole world to hear it? Yes, when someone is in love, they still want friends and family to know about it. Okay, yes, that is true. That is definitely true. 7, holding hands. Holding the hands of someone you love can help relieve stress, pain, and anxiety. That is true. I start to calm down at times when I hold my boyfriend's hand. And just in general, like, even if you don't have like a partner per se, if you hold like your friend's hand or someone that you're really close with's hand, you can start to feel that sense of comfort. So I feel like that can even be a fact outside of love. 8, 3-day anger. It is impossible to be in love with someone and stay angry at them for more than 3 days. That's so true. It's hard for me to stay angry at him for 1 day, honestly. We try to have a rule not to go to bed mad at each other, so I think that's a healthy rule to implement in a relationship, just to make sure that everybody gets that chance to say what's on their mind, get that off their chest before going to bed. Because I feel like going to bed with that anger is just gonna cause it to transfer into the next day, and then when you wake up, you don't feel like anything has been resolved. You feel like there's something still lingering. So it's kind of best to get that off your chest that same day, so that tomorrow you feel refreshed, you feel maybe not completely understood, but you feel more heard, you know? Alright, and then number 9, not interested. Studies show that when you love someone, you will always want to call, text, or check upon them. If you are always the first one to call, text, or check upon your partner, it means that he or she is not interested in you. Damn. It's very blunt, but that's the truth, because if you're taking all your energy to reach out to this person, think about it that way. You're taking all of your energy to reach out to this person, and they're not. Oh shit. What the heck is that in the back? There's like a bird making that tweet sound. I don't know. I guess that bird is in love and they're trying to communicate to their partner, because yeah. I hope that's not disturbing you guys. I am sorry about that. I'm sorry. Okay, let's get back to it. So, I know that can seem as very blunt, but think about it this way. You're giving someone so much of your energy every day, and they're not calling. They're not taking the time to call. They're not taking the time to text you back. They're not taking the time to, as far as leave a voicemail, and yet you're doing all those things to someone, you know? It's kind of like our bodies are like machines, you know? You're feeding so much. You're giving so much out into the world, into people that you love and people that you care about. And then when you give out, you have to receive that back to feel fulfilled, you know? And then some people, they have the practice of like giving that to themselves. But even if you're able to give that feedback and that love and that care back to yourself, what's the point of keeping someone who's just draining that from you, you know? I'm glad you're strong enough to get that on your own, but what's the purpose of keeping someone who can't relay that back to you, you know? So yeah, it's just saying basically make sure you're with the right person. You're having the right person use your time, you know, instead of time feeling like it's being spent, feel like it's an investment. It should feel like you're getting a return on the time that you're investing into somebody, you know. If you want to think of it that way, like there should be some kind of return. It shouldn't feel like you're a burden. It shouldn't feel like you're the only one giving all of that attention and love to the other person and not getting that reciprocated back to you, you know? Alright, so, and you know, it's ironic that all these birds are chirping and singing and all this stuff going on when it is literally raining outside. It's a rainy, gloomy, and foggy day. Well, not really foggy, but it is a gloomy and rainy day outside, and somehow that's like the birds love it. But it is eerily beautiful. I can definitely say that. It has like a it's kind of ominous, but it's beautiful at the same time outside. So I guess they can recognize that too. Recognize real chirp chirp. Number 10, heart rate. Looking in the eyes of someone you will love eyes of someone you love will synchronize your heart rate. That is if you both love each other. That is very interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. So supposedly, if you both love each other, that's the only way that it can work, is if you both love each other. And if you do both love each other, then it would supposedly sync your heart rates. That's interesting. Okay, so then 11, 3 to 5 months. Studies show that the most relationships tend to last for 3 to 5 months, and then a breakup happens. If you and your partner are still going strong after 5 months, you may have something special going on. Okay. I think that is definitely true. But then again, there are people that do go on those breaks in between relationships just because it was the right person, but the wrong time. And despite it being the right person and the wrong time, they go on a break and then they get back together some way down the line. So that could be a situation as well, Don't put a timestamp on love. That's my advice, my personal advice. I would say not to put a timestamp on love, because you don't know what it can have in store for you, just because it's like 3 to 5 months for somebody else doesn't mean that that's the standard expectation you should set for yourself. Just go into it free of like being so demanding of like time, or that this should be this way or that this should be that way. Just go in being yourself, and just make sure you're looking for things that just make sure you're keeping an eye out for your boundaries, that it's not you're keeping an eye out for your boundaries, and that this isn't like that you're like looking over those boundaries being tripped over because this person's cute, or because this person is giving you this or giving you that. You want to make sure those boundaries are still being met, while also not putting like a timestamp on when the sparks have to happen, or what you need, like just try to go in with not too many expectations of the other person, but have a boundary rather than an expectation. So have boundaries rather than expectations. So like expecting them to do this thing, and if they don't do this one little thing right, then you're cutting the whole thing down. Rather have your boundaries that you already have preset as a person, and just make sure that those aren't being crossed, so that there's no way you're not feeling disrespected or anything. But those little things, how they say somebody can have the 80% for you, and then you don't want to continue or proceed with them because they have the 80%, but you're looking for that 100%. You want somebody that has that 100%. That 80% is not enough. It's not enough. But you're gonna spend so much time looking for that 100%, and most times that's not out there. 100% is not out there, because you know what 100% is. 100% is perfect, and that is not achievable by any means. It's just not. I mean, maybe in your world, like if you have a idea of perfection, but just in like a societal, or like just an overall view of things, there's no such thing as something being perfect. It's not possible. So sometimes that 80% is okay, as long as that 80% is not as long as that 20% that's missing from the 80 isn't including like, oh, they're not respecting my boundaries, the important things. But if it's those little things, those little quirks that you can work around, I'd say give it a try. That's if you'd like to, everything is up for you to decide. Alright, face to face. Women will feel love. Women will feel loved when they have a face-to-face conversation with their partner, while men will see stars speaking to their partners somebody's eyes. It's all in the eyes. Because you can normally gauge whether they're like a bad person if the lights are on but nobody's home kind of thing, or if like they're bad. You can kind of gauge in the eyes. And yeah, I know that it can be kind of uncomfortable, but like it's nice to be seen. Like I like that too. Like when I get looked at in the eyes, like when he looks at me in the eyes, directly in the eyes, like I can get butterflies. I can feel you feel more special because it's like just centered on you, you know. As for in regards to like how men see it, I don't know how they prefer it, if it's side by side or looking in the eyes. I think that it can vary. I think it just depends on who you are as a person, honestly. 13, natural pain reliever. Studies show that hugging or cuddling with someone you love can actually help you get rid of headaches or pain in less than 4 hours. This is due to a chemical called oxytocin. Okay, yeah, I know about the hugging and cuddling. That really does help. That is true. That really does help in my personal experience. Okay, and guys, I'm gonna go to 20 facts. So I know this has 50 facts, but I'm gonna go to 20, okay? Is that okay? Is that okay? Okay, let me try to get you to sleep before we get to 20. 14, stress. Did you know that if you only look at the picture of someone you love, you will reduce the stress levels in your body? Similar to relieving pain, the love hormone oxytocin is to blame for this reaction in the body. So if you look at pictures, yeah, that does happen for me as well. Like when I look at pictures of my boyfriend or I look at pictures of my son, it makes me calm down. I completely understand that. Let's see. 15 is similarity. Research shows that if two people are too similar to each other or too different from each other, they cannot contain a healthy relationship. A lasting relationship requires both parties to have opposite ways. Okay, that's true. That's true because you get to find them matching. It's like a puzzle, right? You have one piece that is complete with certain things and then it's missing something, so you take another piece to fill in that gap that's missing, kind of like a puzzle. So I guess that's why they say you can't be too similar. You can't like too much of the same things because there's nothing to be introduced, there's nothing to be added on to the relationship that wasn't already gonna be a part of it before. It leaves more room for adventure, more room for different thoughts, different opinions. And I think that having in some cases, like having different hobbies, different opinions, different things like that, it really helps to like build a relationship. For sure, for sure. Okay, 16. Love is like OCD. Studies show that at the beginning of a romantic relationship, people tend to have low levels of a hormone known as serotonin and high levels of cortisol. Serotonin increases happiness and cortisol releases a stress hormone. When both hormones are present in the body, the person in love will begin to act out of character, similar to OCD or obsessive compulsive disorder. 17, caring intimacy. So caring, intimacy, and attachment. Science claims that a long-lasting love or real love consists of 3 things: caring for each other, being attached to each other, and having an active intimate relationship are the 3 factors of a long-lasting relationship present in yours. So caring, intimacy, and attachment. Yes, 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 yes. Those are present for sure. So you have to make sure that you care. You show that you care by the actions you do, by the words you say. A lot of people prefer actions. So like getting flowers. Like if you know that your girlfriend or boyfriend likes flowers, get them flowers, taking that extra time to listen to them and hear what they're saying. And then if you see that a situation comes up, you reflect back on what they told you. Reflect, and you're like, oh my gosh, I remember so and so doesn't like this, so let me not do that, right? Instead of knowing after they told you that they don't like something and then just proceeding to do it anyway. You gotta be an active listener when it comes to actually showing that you care. Intimacy, yes, it's even beyond the bedroom. Oh god, it's beyond the bedroom. Like watching movies together and doing activities together that allow you to bond. I think that counts as intimacy as well. And attachment, basically just, both of you calling each other, both of you texting each other, both of you leaving voicemails for each other, just to show that equal attachment to one another. That is very important, very, very important. 18. Butterflies. When you love someone, you will actually feel like there are butterflies in your stomach. This is caused by adrenaline, which is active in the body when love is present. And that's exactly, I knew it was associated with adrenaline, because it's like the 19. Dilated pupils. Dilated pupils. Dilated pupils. Dilated pupils. Dilated pupils. Dilated pupils. Maybe you have heard the term that the eyes are the window to the soul. Well, it's also true for someone in love. According to this study, the pupils actually dilate when you focus or look at someone you desire or truly love. Take a look into your partner's eyes and see if they will dilate. I've seen this happen for other people, but I don't know. I haven't focused on the pupils. And honestly, please don't log off of this video, or if you're sleeping right now, I hope you're having a good sleep. I hope I was able to make somebody go to sleep. But please, once you leave this video today, please don't go to your partner and freaking like whip out this list of things and be like, are you doing this? You're not doing this. You're not my partner. You don't want to do that, right? Just take everything with a grain of sugar. Okay, take everything with a grain of sugar, and just feel your relationship for what it is. Honestly, the best advice that I could give you is don't go to the internet to get advice about your relationship all the time. Like, it's okay if you're feeling something already and then you want to double check for validation that you're not crazy for feeling that way. But if things are good and you genuinely think that they're good already, don't go out of your way to go looking for a problem, because then that could potentially sabotage something that was perfectly fine to begin with. Okay, but yeah, the dilated pupils, I have heard about that. And then lastly, 20, that's the one we're gonna stop at. Decreased appetite. Did you know that being in love with someone actually decreases your appetite for food? Yep, when you are in love, your body releases two love hormones known as dopamine and norepinephrine, which makes you feel happy all the time. When this happens, you may lose interest in foods and sometimes even sleep. Yeah, I find myself sleeping less. For sure, because I want to spend so much time with my boyfriend over sleeping. I'd rather spend time with him than sleep. But eating in the beginning, most definitely in the beginning of the relationship, it wasn't my interest to eat. It was rather my interest to talk to him and learn about things that he was telling me. But yeah, those are all the facts that I'm gonna go over today. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to this with me, guys. I really appreciate it so much. I'm gonna give you some gentle mic brushing so that you can proceed to sleep, or if you haven't reached slumber yet, so that you can slowly get there. So just gonna provide some gentle mic brushing as I whisper you to sleep. But yeah, the summary of the day is, please do not take everything too hard when it comes to relationship advice. If you already feel something, then please do go look into that further. If that will make you feel at ease. Or you can always ask your partner themselves if you feel something is amiss, okay? But don't feel like you have to have the exact relationship that other people on social media are having. Don't feel that you have to replicate the exact thing that you see for other people walking down the street, because every relationship is completely different from the next. And if you're content with who you have, just work on growing together. Work on introducing new hobbies. If you can't find there's anything new, really, work on introducing new hobbies to each other. Work on reaching new goals together. And if you feel like your partner is becoming more distant, or you guys aren't gravitating to each other as much, look into finding yourself. If you haven't already, look into creating a platform for yourself to grow, for yourself to thrive. And do not forget about yourself, okay? Don't forget about what you need, okay? Don't forget about what you need, okay? Don't forget to nourish yourself and love yourself, okay? Okay, thank you so much for watching my video today, and I hope you have a great